It is well possible for you, but you are wasting your time and energy, because you are not concentrating on the 99.9% of your being. You are only concentrating on satisfying 0.01% of your being, which is sort of, which you are able to sense and experience everything and all. Because the senses give you that particular experience, the pleasure, happiness, what you presume is there. But actually, every pleasure and happiness, it is like both sides of the coin. There is always a misery and unpleasantness is there already. That we don't see that. We only see the pleasantness and happiness that is there. So I just wanted to quote one very famous incident. It has taken place. It has been quoted also because you might have heard somewhere else and all. So in Srirangam, because when the famous the Ranganatha Swami temple, when some function was going on, very important function. It was during Ramanuja's time. So Ramanuja lived for 120 years, for a long life, and he has seen. And in fact, he was continuously been trying to change the people around him, because there are different variety of people coming in, different variety of thoughts. So when everything was arranged, people were all, in the sort of a festive mood, because there is a deity is going to be coming out and all. They were all, but finally they saw one person. He's a wrestler. He's a handsome fellow, fine looking, and he was just holding a umbrella. Umbrella is not ours, like a folding type and all. It is that earlier bamboo type, which is being. He was holding the umbrella. He's a very tall guy, very handsome guy, and a wrestler too. So therefore, anyways, there is everyone's attraction was there on him. He was holding that umbrella. He was holding the umbrella for a lady, petite lady, and she was also beautiful looking, because she was just standing there. When everything is in all divine, all people are chanting Vedas and Pasurams, and now they are trying to come. This fellow was standing there like that, and the lady, because this person's name is stated as Dhanur Das. Dhanur Das, and he is a big wrestler and a six pack and all those things. That lady was appetite and beautiful looking. Actually, I think at that point of time, and he said, and he was just been when everything was there, he was not looking at that, folding the umbrella and looking at her eyes only, exquisite eyes, bewitching eyes, what they call it in all this. Such a wonderful eyes, and she is perhaps her name is, his name had been given as Hemamba. Hemamba was the name of that lady. Perhaps one of the reasons why this name is so popular in Sri Rangam and around, most of them may be finding this name, because this is an actual story which happened, actual incident which happened. So he was just toggling at her and he couldn't take his eyes off. And when everything is divine and people are talking, all reciting all those things, people are coming, and Ramanuja was watching this guy, the handsome guy, and he asked someone to send a word to that fellow and ask him to come. This Dhanurdas was called. Everyone thought, I think, now he's going to have, he has lost his shirt, and I think he is going to be taken black and blue, and that's what Ramanuja called him. What is that? Why are you holding? And that, in fact, so many things are happening. You are just ogling at that lady, and he said, "How can I take my eyes, Swamiji?" And she's got a wonderful, exquisite eyes, and I just can't. No one else can in this world can take her. She is so beautiful. And then Ramanuja told him, if that is the case, if I show much more beautiful, much more wonderful eyes the universe ever have seen, if I show it, will you be able to give up? Certainly, why not? So that is the challenge he took him. Then he asked Dhanurdas, come that evening. Come that evening, just about, he gave the Arati time, because 7 o'clock, 6:55 is the exact time. You come around that time. In those days, all these electric lamps were not there, because the sanctum, sanctorium and all was dimly lit, only with that, this normal, the conventional lamps only. It was then, and it was just, because they have closed, because that puja was there, and Ramanuja was there, and this Dhanurdas was brought, 6-footer, with all the handsome, with that same lady, Hemamba. Yeah, he said, I can't come, I can't take my eyes off her. So he came that and all. when, because in all these, he's in Sayanam, Anantha Sayan is there, like Trivandappuram and all, in Ranganatha, it's Anantha Sayan. When they were showing Pada and, because Nobby and finally when they came to the face, Ramanuja asked him, just don't miss and see those wonderful eyes of Ranganatha and all. He asked him to see the eyes, because he just saw the eyes in a flash. He just couldn't, because he was in a trance. He went into a samadhi. The man, who was just couldn't take the eyes of a petite lady holding the umbrella, and till even when he was coming into the temple, he was just looking at her eyes only, and he was standing there seeing her eyes only. But the moment, the flash of the eyes of Ranganatha was there, he went into a trance and samadhi. Because just before that, the Arati was there, because the Ramanuja just touched him. Please see that. Even he was, that is the power, the Guru, because his vibration is there. Even if he has not touched Ramanuja, such a saint, his power is there at that wonderful, because when the Arati is there in such a dim lit sanctum, sanctorium, when the eyes were being flashed through, because the Arati, he just couldn't take the eyes off and he went into a samadhi, and he almost, of course, he became a sort of a saintly person. Of course, he was with the family. He got married to her. Ramanuja didn't disappoint him. So he got married to her and led a family life. So that means even in a family life, because after seeing that, he understood, what is that. Till then, he couldn't take his eyes off. All of us are like that. We are all Dhanurdas. We couldn't take the eyes of the world, because we have got so much available to us. Till such time when you get into the Adhyatma, once he knows, as Ramanuja has shown the wonderful eyes of Ranganatha to Dhanurdas, once you see that flash, it will only a flash. It's lightning. As we have seen in Upanishads, it is just like a minute, minute, not even for a second. Lightning, it will last only that. That's good enough. After that, you will be something, you will get into the similar trance only. Once you get into the trance, you will understand what is the beauty of Adhyatma. This is exactly, because what is being talked about, and this has been actually demonstrated by Ramanuja during his lifetime. And this is the story, that is only popular. Likewise, and the moment, till such time you are able to give someone, take you there, like a guru who is taking you there, understanding you and showing you, and his presence, the vibration is good enough to send you, because that right impetus to get the entrancing yourself into the great enormity of the experience, which is inexplicable, more to be experienced by a person only. So likewise, that's a great, occasion.